the way to the max.
We
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the
We
max.
turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
Ay.
This shit slap, this shit black.
shit
Tell the
black,
DJ, won't you bring that back?
Bring
Turn
that
this
back.
motherfucker up, had the whole club spank.
Yeah.
I went to my car because motherfucking service sucks, and I fucking gotta figure out how to fuck. So agitated right now, man. So fucking agitated. I don't know what the fuck y'all think is funny, but
No.
shit.
We started singing Usher, that's why.
I want to hear some
We're
fucking
not
Usher
laughing at
shit.
you, JT, I promise. Huh?
We going do-rag on today, y'all.
Ah,
I got a whole haircut under this, but you know, I'm feeling.
Why are you showing off your hairline then?
I'm feeling comfy right now.
Oh.
nigga, you was watching too much Snowfall on Boys in the Hood, nigga.
They weren't even wearing do-rags like that.
It was hot.
They were wearing do-rags and Boys in the Hood.
I was talking about it in Snowfall.
Still yet to see.
I'm about to say Leon with the afro wears a do-rag. Let me stop. The sacrifice you gotta make, no matter what mood you're in, you gotta always be ready to go.
Always be ready to go. And that's what I want to say, Lord. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for putting us up. Thank you for this platform and let us have a good show.
Hallelujah.
Less than an hour. Didn't mean to curse, bro. But I'm gonna throw it roll up. Yo. All right, that's it. Thank you, Jesus. Now pray. Let's do this.
Amen.
Let's do this. Let's kick into it. I got it. Let's go.
Thank you for. Matter of fact, you got the energy. I'm gonna let you do it, Cairo. Go ahead.
Thank you for tapping into Authentic Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Cairo Spencer, here with the creator of the show, my man JT, down here at the bottom. You can tell me waiting to do that intro for a long time.
Oh my God.
Cairo had that fucking ready, locked and loaded and ready.
Bro, I tell you, man, I'm the man. I'm ready for that kind of thing, bro. Also,
That
here
nigga's-
first, the lady, also known as Roller Clappers, Miss Imani Fe.
Oh gosh. I was
With her
going with the
future
Lola
hat
Clappers.
on. Her future hat on.
What? Representing my Nyla Wyla. Thank you for tapping in with us.
Hey,
Nyla,
Nyla,
beautiful
RB.
Happy birthday to her.
How we doing?
Happy
people?
birthday.
We're having some technical difficulties. That's why JT's over here in his vehicle. But hey, you know, the show must go on.
Fucking Cairo was fucking ready for that intro. Dog. He didn't even let me finish. I was like, Cairo, do this. Thank you for tapping in for the podcast. I was like, damn. I didn't even get a chance to finish telling you to go.
Let's go.
I was about to say, I wonder how Cairo going to do. I didn't even get a chance to even think of how Cairo was going to do it. I was like, let me see what Cairo. Hey, Cairo, you want to? Thank you for tapping in. This is Cairo Spencer.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
He has been on ready. He was ready like an hour ago, just ready. My ass trying to drive, get some parking space, find a parking spot, get in, set up Wi-Fi. Then I'm at my friend's house, and then she's like, I got my friend here. She's like, I got my friend here. The girl come out in a towel on, and she's gorgeous as fuck. And I'm like,
that's why you were talking about the girl was getting dressed. I was like, what?
That's the real distraction.
yeah, man. And she was a fine little. I was like, and her friend come in. She's like, yeah, he's going to do his podcast. I'm like, the girl just showering, the bathroom's open, and I'm not tripping. Then she comes out with the towel on and soapy. I'm like, focus on the podcast. And then she's like, can you give me 5 minutes to get? She said, can you give me 5 minutes to get dressed? I'm in my head like, no woman needs fucking 5 minutes.
Definitely.
But sure, I'll give you 5 minutes. That's what you had to hear. And then come to find out, I actually know this damn girl. I knew her from like 5-6 years ago. She just moved back to LA after like 5 years. But I remember, I was like, you actually look familiar. And then she told me her name. I was like, what's your last name? I was like, we met at the film festival. Yes. So she's like, oh, I remember now. You had dreads. I was like, yes, I had dreads. Yes.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
And she's from back home too.
Onward with the show though. I
Okay,
actually finally have a
DMV.
coronavirus check-in for once.
Would you say, Imani, before the check-in?
I said DMV.
Yeah.
Yeah, she Richmond though, so I don't really count that part.
Oh, no.
All right, we got a little less time. So coronavirus check-in real quick. I have an update. I got two updates. Number one, everything obviously is opening up tomorrow, basically. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've been waiting for a long time for the gyms to open up, and yet I don't think I'm gonna go until like June. I'm gonna give it some time before I. How about that?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, you think everyone's gonna take their time, or people just gonna bum rush the fuck and then we go? Because I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm afraid that like shit gonna get closed down again in 2 weeks. So that's why I'm just.
Well, I feel like a good amount of people are getting vaccinated, so they'll be more likely to kind of rush the spots a little. But I know me personally, the whole indoor eating thing, I'm like, do you have any patio seats available? I'm not too comfortable with eating inside, people breathing too close to me, and it's like closed in. I don't know about all that. The gym, sweat, have those Lysol wipes ready. You're supposed to wipe down machines anyway when you work out, but
I'm glad you brought up that second point though, because that brings me to my second point, vaccinations. My dad hit the group chat. He's like, "Hey guys, just got the second Pfizer vaccine, like all good so far." I was like, "We didn't even know you were taking the first one."
I don't know. Did he have any side effects? Some people do, some don't. Okay, that's good.
I usually call my parents every week though, so I'll talk to him today and see. But
that
he would do that though. He would just not tell anybody until it's already done. Yeah, I already did it.
I mean, were the rest of you guys kind of not against it, but prefer not to get the vaccine? Maybe maybe he was like, let me just slide on in there.
Kind of like
whatever makes people feel safe.
Yeah. Like my dad's older, so like he can go ahead.
Handles, by the way.
Huh?
Handles.
Oh, very important. But other than
hold on, let me get.
How about this weather we've been having, folks?
Oh, fuck this weather. Guess who I've met? Oh, yeah, I'm probably too young to remember this damn woman, but we had a nice little conversation. Shout out to my boy Bessie. I went to his baby shower. I went to 2 baby showers yesterday, actually. But I had a these
COVID babies. Sorry.
They're gonna be COVID now.
I had a conversation with, I don't know who Miss Laura Hayes is.
Who?
Her name sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Remember how it had the original Kings of Comedy?
No, what was the name you said?
Yes.
Miss Laura Hayes. Yeah, well, they had an original Queens of Comedy with Monique and some more, and Adele Gibbons, and they had Miss Laura Hayes on there. She was the fourth comedian. She was on a few things, She used to be on Comic View.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Man, she don't get marketed like the other comedians.
Yeah. I know her. Yeah. I know exactly who she is. Okay.
Yeah, she don't get marketed. She don't get marketed like the other comedians. She broke it down why. But it was just funny just talking to her because my boy, his big mother, that's her grandma and stuff. And he always talked about her over the years and stuff. Like, yeah, that's her grandma, right? And then we just happened. I was like, oh snap! And we just chopped it up, smoking weed together and stuff like that. She was breaking down the industry, and I love it. I'm like, I'm so happy I met you. She just gave me so much insight, and I'm gonna get her on this podcast too. She's down to do the podcast. She subscribed on YouTube.
Yes, that's the move. Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah,
she stayed subscribed. She was like, "How do you do it?" She's like, "What's it called? The Authentic Podcast." Intriguing Nerds. Had to spell it off. I was like, Intriguing Nerds. Yeah, she's like, okay. She followed me on IG. She had 2 IGs. I actually posted. I don't know if you saw a video, Cairo. I posted a video yesterday. She older though. She's like in her 50s or so.
That's not old. Black people don't get old. Black people don't get old till we're like 80.
No, when I say old, I don't mean old like an age. I mean old in terms of generation, where a lot of younger people may not know who she is. Yeah. And she's not she was never in the limelight, and she broke it down. She's like, I wasn't being in that industry. She's like, hell no. She was like, nope, you know, and she broke the tea down. She had no cut card. She let it know, like, she pretty much assured things what it is to me that we used to talk about. And I was like, it's good, because I was like, this is somebody who's in the game around these people.
All right, so that's definitely someone we'll have to have on. Also, really, really random. I heard on the radio. So, like, you know how each generation has their own name, like, you know, baby boomers, the millennials, Generation X, Z, whatnot. So apparently, any child under the age of 10,
under the age of what?
That's any child that's under the age of 10 that's growing up right now is going to be deemed Generation C.
Oh my gosh!
That's
really?
what it stands for?
Oh my gosh! COVID. I'm assuming.
COVID, yeah. I just feel like they could have came up with a better name, like
under 10. What about under 3?
Remind you of a pandemic.
Kids of the Rona, the pandemic pals.
Oh my god! Did you guys hear people are literally putting like COVID vaccinated on their like dating profiles and stuff? Did you hear about that?
Really?
I'm like, is this really this
I've
big
seen
of a
people
deal?
like taking pictures of their vaccinations and putting it on Insta, but not like on their dating profile.
Yeah, they're literally like, oh, I'm vaccinated,
so I'm down for you to have sex with me. Like, no, that's not it. That we can hang out.
Exactly.
You know, it's crazy. People are putting their vaccination stuff up, but they won't put whether or not they don't have any STDs.
Right? I'm like, how is this more important than that?
Why would you put that though? Why would you want to put that though?
Like I developed in less than a year.
Okay. But why would you put that? You trying to get attention? That's not nobody, man or woman, is going to swipe us when they.
So the things that people will trust, man. Yeah, man, I eat ass, but you know, I ain't taking that fucking vaccine. That don't make no damn sense.
Oh damn!
I'm about to say that joke again. That's crazy.
Right. I was
still recording.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Oh, there it goes.
All right. You got
wait.
Flip yours back. Yeah.
Don't forget to change your name.
It was still recording, JT, so it caught my joke, I think.
What happened?
Yeah, I think it did.
Made a joke.
I heard the joke. Did you? And I missed the last. I'm sure it was funny. I'm sure Imani was like, Cairo, you're so stupid. I missed all that.
Whatever.
The shit just cut off. I was ready to laugh because Cairo was in the middle of the punchline, and I'm sitting there. What the fuck happened? I didn't even get a chance to get my laugh out.
Yeah, you about to change your name, right, JT? Or should I say Miss Forster?
Are you serious? That's what it was saying the whole time?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you to change it. That's why I kept saying name.
It's been saying yeah. My bad. We didn't tell you.
Y'all motherfuckers didn't tell me nothing. Y'all niggas, man.
Hey, don't.
I literally said change your name. Don't remember.
No, y'all see this video? What happened at Atlanta?
Oh, but if you see I ain't changing, obviously I hear you. See my shit going out.
You see what happened at Atlanta?
Yeah, when you went out afterwards. Hold on.
Yo. At 4:45 a.m. in the morning, this is what's happening in Atlanta. I hope hopefully you guys can see it.
I'm gonna say it again. Atlanta, really, brother.
Look at that, yo.
What is going on?
He's driving without any, like, basically wheels on one side. Caption says, I'm gonna say it again. Atlanta really is just GTA in real life. Wow, that this is like at 4:45 a.m.
They going COVID crazy. It's like, nah, I love Atlanta.
COVID.
I'm just saying.
Prince Henry and Meghan Markle. Prince Henry and Meghan Markle. That's just been on my mind. I got.
Oh yeah, we should definitely talk about that.
I do not feel sorry for this fucking chick. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a chick. This reminds me of a chick that knows a nigga's a piece of shit. Everybody tells him he's a piece of shit. And you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, they be surprised that the person is a piece of shit. I'm not saying her husband is a piece of shit, but your family bloodline, you know what they're about.
I think at some point you just try to overlook that stuff and hope that it's not.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, maybe you get caught because at the end of the day.
Wait.
Should I wait? It's recording.
Yeah. Oh, well, true. Whoa.
Because yeah, okay, he's back. Because
He's
my
hopping
thing
on.
is like at the end of the day, like you're falling in love with the man. So even if you know that her family might be racist or whatnot, you're hoping that like that stuff doesn't matter and that you can just have your family and be okay. Um, Obviously, it was not okay because they literally decided to leave a whole palace. I was saying that like she really that like you can sit here and say like, oh, she should be surprised that like the family's racist, but it's like you could go into a relationship knowing that the other person's family is racist, but you're not worried about that. You're thinking about the person that you actually fell in love with. You're hoping that that will be enough to either overcome or that you'll just be chill on the other side. She was not thinking about that shit. She was like, look, I guarantee you Megan was not thinking about that when she got into it with a prince. She was just like, oh, I love him. He happens to be a prince. We gonna have a family. We gonna be royal. Oh no, the family hates me. I'm so surprised. Like it's less of like that she just didn't know. It's more like she just wasn't even thinking about it. Just two different things.
She was thinking about it, but I'm sure she probably thought, I'm not that dark. I'm not that dark. Maybe they'll accept me or
That
whatever.
too. That too. She's probably like, well, you know,
That's what I really think. Because black people like this, they think white people will accept them.
yeah, we see it time and time again.
And I'm sure she probably got identity issues because she's light bright, so she probably never fit in with black people. Probably didn't fit in with white people. And then you got this weirdo prince who's a rebel to the family. He's like, yeah, let's be rebels together. Yay, baby. Your family will love us. Also Romeo and Juliet shit, but that was not going to happen.
You know what I thought was top wild though? In the paper, there was a quote, had Harry's picture. And it said like, Harry is going to regret this decision the same way Diana probably did. And I was like, is that a threat? Diana,
that wasn't cool
in a car crash. So like, are y'all threatening
she
to kill
didn't die in a Princess Diana got killed. She ain't died in a damn car crash. You just haven't died in a car crash. It's not a tunnel and nobody's seen the shit.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that was a threat. That was like, you gonna regret it.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after him. They were worried about the baby. It's more likely they'll probably come after Megan, to be honest. But
I was watching another thing where they said they felt like Megan was definitely overshining a lot of different people in the royal family and everything, which was the same thing that happened with Princess Diana. She started to kind of overshine everyone else. She overshined the prince. She overshined everyone, which became an issue as well because I was kind of watching this documentary, YouTube video about it, and they were kind of saying how Megan, like,
it's not a real documentary.
YouTube videos are kind of documentaries now.
Hey, YouTube videos are documentaries.
They low-key documentaries now, but
they unofficial.
right, exactly. So yeah, they were saying how like Megan was loved before, and then once her popularity kind of went up, and then she got pregnant, and it was comments regarding, oh, is this baby going to be too dark? Blah 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 blah. That's when all the heat kicked in, and I just think that's sad that we're still at that. No, the baby's not dark at all, but that was a conversation.
White. That baby is white.
Yeah. We have a little bit of black features here and there, but skin-wise, he's definitely, pretty bright. But I think it's sad that in this day and age, we still have so much of the same mindset. We still have Trump supporters who, who think their skin is better, or just people, period, who go by race. And I think that's very disappointing, and I just wish there was a way, and this is, a big wish, which probably won't happen, but I just wish there was a way people wouldn't keep treating other races different or thinking other races are superior to others. But nevertheless, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
What's a hot topic, guys?
Another hot topic?
I don't know. It's like money or that was just
I didn't give y'all 8 hot topics today. All right.
Well, my hot topic is today is my baby cousin Nyla Wiles. It would have been her 8th birthday. She did pass from cancer in November 2019. So this is a very sad day. We're celebrating her birthday today. But I just want to give a special shout out to my baby cousin, Nyla Wyla. It's her fourth battle with cancer. And she'd been battling it since she was almost 2 years old. So, God rest her beautiful soul. She's an angel. And I want to send so much love to my cousin Shaida, her mom, my cousin Craig, her dad, because they are very, very, very strong. And my cousin Shaida, she actually gave me the advice when my father was passing, because, I made the decision with that. She said, when you cry, cry with your head up. And that was some of the best advice I ever got. So God rest Nyla Wyla's soul. And to anyone out there struggling with cancer or has a child who is, just keep your head up and you keep your faith even stronger.
Amen. I'm sending you. This is me sending you a
happy birthday.
Take it.
Yes, happy birthday, Nyla Wyla. Love you.
Also,
so can I throw a little humor in there? It's the mother Shea Butters.
No, that's one of my best friends from middle school.
I thought it was your blood sister at first. Oh, that's a best friend? Oh, so I can holler
That's
there.
my best friend from high school.
Hey, Shay Butters, baby. What's up, baby?
Yeah, Shay. We used to call her Shay Londa.
Or her little thick ass. Her little thick, freckle, light bright ass.
Shay would laugh so hard if she heard that.
Concentrating yourself.
Yes.
Talked about this.
So that was your hot topic?
Yeah,
that's your hot topic,
that's my hot topic. Doing it for Nyla Wyla today.
Ooh, I didn't even know.
Man, there was something like you ain't got no relationship stuff talking about Cairo. You ain't got no chicks. That's Let me stop.
Yeah, stop.
I mean, it is 12:22 already, so.
That's what I wanted to talk about, though. Cairo, maybe you could. Well, you're young, so you might not fully relate yourself, but people who be trying to get with you after they curved you. Like I said, Monty might not be able to relate to that because Monty doesn't get curved. So,
I'm trying to think out of it where somebody.
You're 24, so you still.
No, that's not time to get curved, though.
No. But a lot of chicks still ain't seen Cairo's full potential yet, so it's not. They not really like. Let me really fucks with him. They see it, but let Cairo get let him hit a big movie role where he on the screen. Oh, some of them bitches gonna hit him back in the inbox like, so Cairo.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't really had someone full on curve me and then try to come back. There's been girls that like maybe I tried to get with and then no one really. I don't really get curved like that, to be honest, but that's another story.
That's a Mike Jones situation. Back then, you ain't want me, now I'm how you all on.
So what happened to the Valentine's chick then?
I also don't like shoot like crazy because I don't shoot at everybody. I'm shooting. It's a very...
Oh, so you're a high percentage shooter, huh?
A high percentage. Yeah.
You got to check out the grounds first, see if it's safe
to shoot. I need the Carfax.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I used to be a low percentage shooter. I used to be a low percentage shooter myself, Man, low percentage. But when I scored. It might be a big bucket or something. I might have been a big bucket to win the game or to put us up by 1 or something like that, But, it still was low percentage, because I was just reckless abandonment.
As long as you ain't one of those guys that get salty when girls say no. I hate that. That's like guys will literally shoot girls for saying no. And I'm just like, why are you so mad?
That'd be me. Oh,
pride. Right, they be real mad. That's why I be like, you know what? I'm in a relationship. Oh, it don't matter, baby. You can have a friend. Okay, you know what? This conversation is gonna go wild. So let me just step on. When I was younger, I used to be like, oh, if my friend was with me, Shalonda actually, Shay, we'd be like, oh, this not I'm with her. So they'd be like, oh, shoot, I'll take both of y'all. I'm like, wow, okay, that's not gonna work. So
yeah, that's definitely not gonna work. I'm about to be 36 on the 6th of April, and I'll just be reflecting, and it's just like, it just seems like my opportunities to date certain women are more. My chances are now better now than before. I mean, it might help because my energy's better. It's crazy. You get some Jordans and shit like that. you start swagging it up, now all of a sudden bitches looking at you. But it's like the energy now is different now. Maybe my energy's different, but it's like I feel like I could pull.
Focus on yourself, King.
Well, we're gonna get more to that. We're bringing our guest Juwan right now. So thank you for tapping in with us, baby.
Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. We turned up, yeah. Turned up by the way to the max. Ay. This shit slap, this shit back. Tell the DJ, won't you bring that back? Turn this motherfucker up, had the whole club smack.
Thank you for tapping back in with fucking loud ass motorcycle. Thank you for tapping back in to the Authentic Podcast, Intriguing Nerds. I'm your host, JT, here with the man Cairo Spencer and the First Lady Lola Clappers herself, Imani Fe. How you feeling?
Back at it again, part 2.
Woo.
We got a guest here with us, JT, who is our guest sitting at the bottom of the screen.
Coming to the stage. I have crazy intros. So this brother right here, I actually got known personally. Almost every guest I have on, I know personally. Very talented brother. Met him through football. You know, teammates. You know, he's currently overseas playing football right now because he's just that damn good that they had to fly him out. Said we want you. You know, so he's currently doing that. You know, he's currently on season 3 of Temptation Island on USA Network. You know, he's playing himself. You know, and he seems like he has an integral role in that show right there. Funny dude, tall, dark skin, like the ladies like him. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Juwan Haynes.
Welcome.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, because I know it's late where you at right now.
Yeah, I just got home from practice actually, so that's why I'm trying to get myself focused on in this podcast. So.
Where you at right now? Austria?
Yeah, I'm in Austria.
Let people know about yourself and what you're currently in Austria for.
Okay, so once again, my name is Juwan Haynes. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Right now, well, before I came, I don't like the Steelers. I like Baltimore Ravens because I was born in Virginia. Yeah, I was born in Virginia, so. And I know JT, when I lived in LA, and then now I'm in Austria playing professional football. It was just out of nowhere. They just emailed me just randomly, and I always wanted to play overseas, but I didn't think it was going to happen this year. I had other plans with TV and film, but yeah, that's what I'm here for. We're about 8 hours ahead of LA, so it's like. It's late here. So, like JT said, I'm currently on Temptation Island season 3. We're on episode 5. Yeah, episode 5. Well, on Tuesday it'll be episode 5, and then it's a pretty good season. So I'm happy, and I'm waiting for the next season to come out, and hopefully they make me look good.
I like how they marketed it though, because the first 2 seasons, the first one I saw every episode during that week. Like, I was catching it, because it was on USA. I'd be watching my wrestling. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it, watching out the Ms. and Mrs. or whatever. And I like season 1. Season 2, I just caught the recap of, which was cool. We had a guest on here last season. Shout out to Ashley Golston. You said keep it professional on the pod. And then season 3.
She looked good.
You said I'm good?
No, I said she looks good. So I mean,
looks could be deceiving. So we're on season 3. He said subtle shots. Season 3. It looks like you one of the stars of the show. It's like it seems like you didn't get cut like the other ones, and it seems like you the man in the thing.
Well, at first it was not. So how the island works is everybody was just rushing in, trying to find a girl, like try to, talk to him, like right then and there, want to get to know him. Me, this is how, like, I took my time to it. That's how I am even outside the island. I don't just press up a girl just like off the bat, it takes me a while to get going. So it was like overwhelming for me because there was like 12 guys. Like I never had to like compete with guys technically. So it was definitely like yeah. So like trying to get someone's attention, it was like a little bit something new to me, kind of. And then there was only 4 girls, so the ratio was kind of bad. So I just let it all played out itself. And that's when was it this past episode, that's when I like get my first date. That's when I start coming in, and you'll see in the further episodes, you'll see more of my face than in the beginning.
Okay.
Hey, look at this motherfucker right here.
And I'm like, man, the brother I'm trying to watch, he ain't in the highlights, man. What's going on? But okay,
yeah, they hide me.
Gonna pop up a little bit. I got a question, because I find that a lot of people, you know, like they go into reality TV and whatnot, and then some of them start acting before or actors before or started acting afterwards. So are you one of those people that was an actor and then decided to do reality TV, or like now that you've done a show, you're like, okay, now I want to continue acting?
So I guess so before the show, I was on All American, but it was it was to do like football stunts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you classify that as like acting, then I guess so.
Okay.
I was that before, but that like coming to this show is like all that like goes out the window. This is like true emotions, really. Cause so I can't tell you like ahead, but of course. You see me feel some type of way or cry or be mad or stuff like that, those are like true emotions, because one, I'm with these people literally every day for 30 days. Number 2, we're drinking every day. So obviously emotions are going to be all over the place. And then I was there on the island to, you know, just give it a shot, see if I can actually do find people. Now, I'm not that type of person that falls in love like some of the cast members did, fall in love in 2 days. But
that's falling in lust. But yeah,
but I'm telling you, some of them it was falling in love.
Well, because the people really come in trying to look. Because I know people knows on TV and stuff, but are people really thinking like I might be able to build a genuine connection on there?
Yeah, I mean, some people. I only can speak for myself. I came there trying to find a genuine connection with somebody. I know some people might want to just trying to have their face be shown on TV, or, you know, just for a clout, stuff like that.
It's a lot of clout. I see.
Yeah, but I mean, that wasn't my intentions. I've been single for about 5 years. I might as well try this, you know?
Right.
So okay. it was just an experiment type deal for me.
Okay.
There's a lot of fucking going on. You ain't got to answer if you can't, but there's a lot of fucking going on.
All right, straight to the point.
Because ain't that many women. I mean, especially on your side, you know, but the women, but the women are...
That is though. Just like bad chill. There's a lot of fucking going on. Like, is that...
I forget because Juwan my boy, so it's not like it's just somebody I just know, I don't know, and I'm just asking the question to be politically correct. I'm like, somebody would ask me off camera.
No, I knew that question was going to come from you. Either like, I didn't know it was going to be this early, but I knew it was going to come from
content purposes, baby.
To be honest, I am not entirely sure. I know things happen throughout the season, but technically I can't say anything, 1, and 2, I really don't know because how can I say? So like people may stay in the other person's room, but I don't know if they did anything or not. You know what I'm saying?
In a room don't mean you gotta get it in.
Right. So I wouldn't know. And then it's not like the guys would maybe the guy would say something that they did, or sometimes they would, you know, you don't know if they lied, told the truth. I'm finding out the same stuff as you guys. Yeah. So I'm finding out the same time as you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what it's like laying next to a chick ass naked and not getting no cheeks, man. You know, depending that could be a painful experience.
Yeah, but I
Oh my
mean, it'd be like that.
I wonder what's going on that girl's side though, because it's like that's what I'll be wondering. You know, with the because there's only 4 guys and all them chicks. I'm like, because because we'll get more into this. It's like as men, women be asking all these questions about men and like why got men always do this and fuck a lot or cheat and things like that. I'm like, sweetie, you wouldn't understand because you don't have a penis, so you don't get it. You know, so because I know no man's really trying to go 30 days without no ass. So it's like, you know, I'm not saying a man can't, but that shit ain't as easy as women make it. Girl, but I could go 3 months, bitch. That's you. And in that 3 months, you were struggling in between then. So, you know, as a man, men only want to go a whole week without none. So it's like, I'm like, I just was curious to see how the guys get down, how the girls are getting down, all that drinking and stuff. I just be just wondering. That wasn't really a question.
It seemed like the single girls really were more. Well, I guess the house is different now. If the guys don't really care how girls come about to them, like they could be flirty, they can do this and that. On our side, you really can't do that as guys because girls could be like shut off, and like they won't. It's like overwhelming for the girls. Compared to guys having all like that's the dream, having 12 girls trying to get it, like that's a guy's dream low key. But it's a different matter if it's the opposite. So I think that's why you see all this ass shaking on their side because you know the guys will allow it. They're not gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna allow that compared to the other side. Is different.
Yeah, because girls are different. I'm not talking about the loose girls that just can have this guy, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. I'm talking about chicks. When chicks are usually fucking with one person or interested in one person, their energy is going to just focus on that one person. So I kind of see on your end, all them guys at the house, it's like, once she's interested in one, she might say, okay, he's cool too, but her eyes is locked in on, let me see where this could go. And she's going to be more emotionally invested than a man. A man is like, all these chicks is like, all right, he might emotionally invested, but at the end of the day, he's still gonna try to get his nut off. And if he do, he might try to get the next chick. He might like her, but he still might just be one to hit too. And it's like it's more women to go around on their end, you know, for them to have a little more fun as to you guys. So the chicks you got, because y'all trying to date the chick, so they not gonna just, I'm not gonna say they're not gonna fuck, but they're not gonna be as open to fuck or do more freaky things as to the girls on the other end. They're single, I mean, so it's like,
yeah. I mean, they weren't even open to like talk about their life like that. That's how like closed off they were to us. In the beginning, you really had to do some. I felt like I should have my PhD in therapy throughout this whole thing. To be honest, no, to be really honest, like I really had to like try to open them up, like open what's going on with them.
So, I can tell one of the pictures that I posted it on our podcast page when I was like, I can't wait to get them on. You got your little like purple shirt on, you like looking and look like you being a therapist right there. Like, yeah, so tell me more. I'm here. It really looked like you was being a therapist. You know what picture I'm talking about?
That was literally like you're gonna see. I don't know if it's gonna be this Tuesday or gonna be next Tuesday. You're gonna see like I really have to like ask some deep questions, and it really end up going, I guess, it was just an emotional roller coaster, pretty much. So without,
you know, them girls probably erratic. They worried about what their boo doing, so they can't even really even enjoy the company with the men around them. So like, bitch, stop worrying about that nigga. That nigga is having fun over there without your ass.
See, I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah,
I could be on one of those shows, bro. And I keep thinking that, like, you know, if I ever did reality TV, I'd be the one who's mad chill most of the time, not trying to cause drama, yada yada. But in
I can see Cairo.
My girl could potentially like do some crazy shit. I don't know. I might hurt somebody. I'm
the type that would I've always been the type when I've had a girl, because, you know, I always mention how I quote unquote date women out of my league. Men like to always want to test and try the girl. So I've never been the type like, don't holler at him or tell the guy don't holler at her. I look at the chick. I'm watching her like, Let me see what she do. Because a man, unless he's just disrespectful, if you coming at a girl and she got to do, and he knows you got to do, and he might even know to do, and she shuts that shit down, it's a wrap. There's nothing you can do. But if she's sitting there entertaining it, flirting in this shit, I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna watch from a distance too, just to see what this bitch does.
That's what I basically was doing like the whole time. Like I'm an observer. Like I observe things. I see what not to do, and then I do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're at the bar and you see like what's going on around you. If you see someone that's like too drunk and he did this, or you know who not to go to when like a couple guys went over there and she's not interested. I mean, I don't know if that's a confidence thing. Like maybe she'll say yes to you, but I'll be like, maybe she's not feeling it or she has a boyfriend or that. I'm gonna try a different option. Like I'm not going to set myself up for failure.
So going off of that, I was wondering, you know, since this technically is a dating show, and again, the season isn't over, so I get it if you can't tell us certain things. But has there been anything you have picked up from your time on the show that you will now take with you in your future dating life? Maybe some tricks to trade, things not to do, whatnot.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell you that one. So what I learned, okay, so like being a sports guy, like I don't know if you play sports. Did you play sports before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you already know, like, even as a male, you're not like supposed to be vulnerable. Like that's how you're raised to be. Right. So being on this show, and I couldn't walk away or couldn't do this, could that. So it allowed me to be vulnerable to the people around me. And usually I can just go to my room and like, you know, whatever, just figure it out. Yourself. Yeah, or just like cry or something. But now you have people that's around you almost 24/7, and you learn that there's people out there that's going through the same stuff as you are, and which makes you break down. And now you breaking down in front of that person, opening you up for to be vulnerable in front of that person. You know, so
that's great to hear that from a brother, though, because you know. I've always gotten flack for being that sensitive guy to tell another man, oh, I love you, man. I love you. And some guys be like, shut up. Or, you know, showing emotions and stuff. And like guys act like they too, you know, they can't see. Even women, they look at you like they'll emasculate you for, you know, you being all emotional for. I'm like, because I'm human, bitch. I have emotions. I'm allowed to be sensitive. I'm allowed to drop a tear or two. Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of men are you looking at? Like that everybody gotta be hard. And mothers and parents, you're trying to teach their kids to not, like you said, not show emotions. And that's good that you, because showing emotions like that and being vulnerable, especially around other men, people don't realize that it allows you room to grow, to want to love a woman or whatever, because you're showing like, if I could be vulnerable from another nigga, another man, I should be able to be vulnerable from a woman and not feel ashamed. And hopefully she's not one of those toxic masculinity type women that shames me for showing emotions. Because some real women love emotional men. Yeah. Because emotional men are going to love you better. That's just my theory. Because how you a man with no emotions and not vulnerable, and you just want that man to love you? He has to have some type of vulnerability to love you. So if you don't have no vulnerability, how the fuck is he in love with you?
Yeah, and I feel like that's how you like keep a relationship too. It's like the emotional side of it. So like for example, my friend. He said he lost his girl was cheating on him, like emotionally wise. Like she was invested to you know, her friend, and was opening up to him and and not to, you know, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so soon later, that's when they started detaching because her emotional side was towards him. It wasn't no sexual in the beginning. But her emotions was, you know, she was giving it to her friend, and then that's when they started, you know, separating, and then it went to sexual relations and stuff like that.
And so that's why guys don't be wanting girls to have female friends. That's why guys don't be wanting women to have male friends, because shit like that. That's what they be afraid of.
Well, it is what it is. But well, I mean, if the person was more emotional than the friend, it wouldn't have happened. To be honest.
Yeah. And because, you know, men ain't trying to show them emotions, you know, men which this is a great segue into what I was ready to bring up and stuff. You know, it's kind of hard for a man to show emotions to the woman that they love or give her the full vulnerability if he's still entertaining other chicks. Whether that's fucking them, whether it's just flirting with them, hanging out. When you entertain other chicks, it's kind of hard to give a man to. It's like for a woman. It's not a woman. She's emotionally detached. It's kind of hard to give her all to a man that she loves, but it's not emotionally attached to no more because she's attached to another dude. And it's like same thing with men. It's hard to give your all to a woman when you're wearing yourself thin, entertaining this chick, that chick, fucking this girl, and things like that. You know, what I wanted to say, like, actually, I'm going to that. What do you think about what I just said? You agree?
No, I definitely agree. And it's an energy aspect too. So
yeah.
I'm not going to say, I'm trying to use the right. So
you ain't got to be politically correct.
Okay, but I'm not going to say I was for the streets, but like I talked to like different women at the time.
I thought you were still for the streets, though. I'm just fucking with you.
Whatever. But I was giving my energy to all these different ladies, and then at the end of the day, it was like wearing me down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think just what'd you say?
No, I was yawning, bro, but I'm listening. I said I was agreeing with
you. But yeah. So I think if you keep energy on like one person, then you're able to give it your all because you all that energy is to that person instead of like you're doing this with this person, you're trying to talk to this person, giving them the emotion side, and you have sex, and then you know it wears you down, and then you can't get no money at the back end. You're not getting no money. You're not doing anything. You're just invested in 5 different girls and going nowhere in your life.
Man, and I get that they really say chase the money, women will come. You know, and it's funny you say that because it's like women don't. A lot of women don't be thinking like they don't see how a man. Not a man. How can a man just fuck a woman, a cheat on their woman, and then kiss their woman like nothing happened? And women are like, I can't do that. I was like, but what I wanted to ask you is, the temptations of a man? Because this episode is about the temptations of a man. That's what we want. And I wanted to talk about in terms of temptations as a man. Can a man? And I'm asking so others can listen. I have my own theories. Can a man love a woman and still be fuck other chicks and then go back to the woman as if nothing happened and still love her?
That ain't love. That is not love. That is not love.
I asked Juwan, sweetie.
That's not love. I just need to let y'all know that's not love. Nope.
Thank you.
She's right. Yeah, she's right.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, she's right. But can he do it? I mean, he could do it, but it's not right. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like, who am I to tell him not to do it? Like, you know, there's people that actually does that. So
yeah, what goes in the mindset of a man that can't do that? A man that could just sit there. They probably do love their woman, but the flesh, because some men do separate flesh from the love they have for women. A lot of women can't do that though, because they're like, look, it's just pussy. I love you. I'm giving you money. I take you out. I'm just fucking this bitch at the hotel or whatever. And it's like,
I guess.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess communication plays in the part because there has to be a motive for him to go to another route sexually. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's getting boring in the bedroom. He's not, or she's not fulfilling his like sexual needs. Like then that's the lack of communication on the dude, and he's doing something else. So that's.
Or he might not be satisfied. Like you feel like.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a woman can do anything. She could be doing this, giving them favors. Well, I call, certain things favors. But she could be giving them favors. Every time he asks, she could be like just on point cooking, massaging them, so to speak, all that stuff. And he would still go out if that's just his mentality. I think it's more so like a maturity thing when it comes to men. I have heard, though, that when y'all find that right woman, connection-wise, that's when you kind of want to settle down. Is that correct?
But men got to be in the right mental space and emotional space to
receive
that connection.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he might meet the girl, but might not be in that space, but trying to get in that space because, Nikki was talking about this in my documentary, not last week when she was on the podcast, the other week, but she mentioned the podcast. She was like, she's dealt with guys before that wanted to be with her so bad they didn't want to live up to these expectations that they were incapable of.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about that, Juwan? You feel men be trying to be something that they're not ready for a certain caliber of women?
Oh yeah, for sure, but also vice versa too.
True.
Yeah, but definitely guys want to. They that's how guys end up going broke for these women. They some of this shit is too high.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm gonna go for Kim Kardashian? No, her shit too high.
Too high, bro. The
I mean,
rent is damn high.
Unless I become a billionaire or something, but still, like that shit, the amount of attention she gets and stuff like that, that shit is draining. That's too high for me. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, the easy part, guys want chicks like that. The guys that want chicks like that, they still don't be satisfied. If they get her, then it's like,
because they realize. Well, they realize. Well, I wouldn't say one up. I feel like okay, so this is what I told Temptation when they were interviewing me. So when it comes to girls, at first, I was like a kid who always wants a new shiny toy, right? And didn't value what I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what guys are still playing in their heads. They always want the new thing. They always want a new car. They always want a new woman.
They want the ultimate trophy, but they still want the little. They want the ultimate trophy, but they wouldn't mind getting another second place trophy, another trophy.
It's that 80-20 thing too, you know, the whole 80-20 thing, grass is green and all that different stuff. But yeah, I do think it takes a certain mentality or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like guys just.
What makes a man? Well, go ahead, Monica. You just stopped. I don't know if you was finishing. Or she on mute. Let me ask you, Juwan. What, like, from your perspective, when a man has a good woman and he cheats, what makes a man, besides she's not satisfying him and stuff, like a man that has everything from a woman, like, why can that ever be enough? Remember, these questions I'm asking because I know there are ladies that listen to this that's want to get this content, so we want to make sure they hear it.
Yeah. Repeat that. I'm sorry.
A man who has that, like you were saying, that Kim Kardashian, the woman that they've been chasing for, but they still not satisfied. Like, what do you think that stems from? Do you think that has more to do with man? That has to do with the woman? What does that stem from? That no matter what kind of woman they get the woman they looking for, everything, and it's still not good enough. Or they still not satisfied. I guess what I'm saying is, can a woman be good enough for a man for him to not cheat around, no matter, period? Is there a woman good enough for a man to not cheat around?
You obviously see that happen.
Well, yeah, if their mindset is functioning that way.
Yeah.
Like if they have like that type of discipline, and
it takes a lot of discipline.
If they know how to treat someone right, then yeah, that for sure happens. But on the opposite side, if you really don't care about people, you only care about yourself and your feelings and stuff like that. And this is totally it does not go with self-care. That's two different things.
Yeah.
Then you're selfish, and which plays on to why it ends up that way, like people cheating and stuff like that, you know, and trying to one up or trying to do this, trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because also it's an ego thing, because they were like, they could be like, oh shoot, I just got this girl, I bet I could get a better girl. Oh watch, it turns into a game. Yeah. It turns into a game, you know.
Especially if he had low self-esteem and then got a girl that he was probably quote unquote above his league. He's like, well shit, I got that one. Let me build my confidence. I might be able to get another one like her. And then he might get another one, or he might not, and then he fuck up the one he already had, too busy doing greedy. But you know, I think it also comes with status in men too, because certain men, especially got status and money, those kind of women ain't hard to get because they're looking at your status and your money.
Yeah, but there's a guy that can have more money than the other guy, and then women does the same steps as the guys do. So we're just messed up humans. So
all the way around.
What can men do? Because I like to be in the accountability department. You know, like women got their ways, men got their ways too, and I see on social media all the time men are always saying women got to do this. Women saying black men ain't this, black women ain't. It's like everybody always blaming each other, but not looking at themselves. So for men, Juwan, what do you feel as a man? What can we do? So actually, as a black man, because it's more on the black culture. What can we do to value the women that are and prepare ourselves to value the women who, not the whole ones, but the good quality ones that want to love you? And like, what can we do as better as men?
I feel like at the end of the day, it should, no matter who you are, respect should be given, and to anybody, to any type of person, respect should be given. And then, would you want to? I hate when people do this, but then it's like also good. Like, would you want your daughter treated like that? Would you want your mom treated like that?
Yeah, I hate people say that shit too.
I hate it, but it's just like low key kind of true, but there's like it's not the same.
That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, people aren't thinking, when a man mistreats a woman or vice versa, they aren't thinking about the other person. That's the only reason why that happens, right? With me, like, I'm always thinking like, okay, would I want to be treated like this? No. So then I can't go ahead and do the same thing to her. Would I want my mom? No. Like, but there's so many people that aren't empathetic like that don't think about other people. Humans by nature are kind of selfish as hell. So that's what it's.
I partially agree with you, Cairo, right there, because people say, "Well, do I want to?" Because sometimes it's like when a man cheats, we thinking about. I don't think there's a man. I don't think there is a man, but men who like be serial cheaters or things like that, or just cheat. I'm sure in the back of the head he's thinking about the woman, knowing it's going to hurt, But his flesh and his selfishness and his need for that flesh outweighs his care for her feelings being hurt. So it's not like he probably don't care about her being hurt. It's just like, look, this bitch fine, or she's throwing a pussy. I want to get that. Like, I'll deal with the consequences if she happens to find out. If she finds out, I'll figure the shit out and try to. But right now, in the heat of the moment, I'm fucking this bitch.
Well, and then here's another thing for men, what they can do. I think. So, like the people around you, like for money wise, the people around you, you hang out with your friends, like the 5 people around you is what your income is. So I think that way with like treating women, if you are always around people who are, hoes and treating them disrespectfully, like you have your dad maybe was treating your mom disrespectfully. So you learn from that. And then with your friends around. So I feel like, if men have the intention of being around other men who knows how to treat a woman, then you'll have, you start.
I agree. It's like you hang around
that person.
If you hang around 5 millionaires, you're gonna come to millionaire. If you hang around good, solid, faithful men that value a woman, you're gonna eventually that might rub off onto you. Like, damn, you know what? I don't need to fuck all these girls like I be thinking. I just felt like I needed to. You know what? Because I know some dudes that are loyal to their women and they don't cheat and stuff. I know that. Ain't many, but I know them. And I know some personally. So, so it's like, and some of them, they hang around other married couples, or they just, they're not driven sexually. And I think that's the key. Most men and women, we talked about last season's lustful matrix. We're so driven by it that even if we got someone solid, we still somehow would entertain just because it's everywhere. The lust is everywhere. Somebody's always buying for our attention and things like that. So it's like, but when you're in that space where you're detached from that lustful matrix, you're just like, fuck pussy. And, if it comes, it comes. Or if I get a solid woman, I'm cool. When you detach from that, which is very hard, then I do believe that, as men and as a man, we can be faithful and stuff because he's not driven. So when he out and about through the day, he might see, oh, she's sexy and stuff, but he ain't thinking to the point, oh, she's sexy, let me holler. It's different between just looking at a chick, oh, she's sexy, and then let me holler. Especially if you got a car, you pull up to her. It's kind of hard to you see a fine chick to just like, let me not just roll up on her. So
I don't think it's hard. I think it's only hard if you make it hard for yourself.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree.
If you have the intentions of like, I like throwing the word intentions out because that's your main focus. If this woman is your main focus, then all your attentions is to that girl. You don't even see anybody else. And I've seen love like that. Like they, you know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
So
They do everything together. You think he had multiple women on every time he always going out, but it's always with his wife. Yeah, like, I love that shit. I love seeing my homies and I see
Yeah.
like I love he taking his wife out like that, you know, showing her off. But even guys like that, they still could cheat. They just
but
only fucking to get, but they taking a woman out.
I mean
Yeah, I was
anybody
gonna
can
say
cheat.
I hear there different levels to cheating. I kind of wanted to ask you guys, like, is it possible for a guy to give his girlfriend, like his old wife or whatever, his all, and spend a lot of time and still find little, I think that kind of goes into the. I think that kind of goes into the question I always ask is, do you believe once a cheater, always a cheater?
We always
Ooh.
She always ask that question.
I do, because I like different. I like
That though.
different
I like that
perspectives on
question.
it.
I like
Yeah,
that you question though.
I like different perspectives on it because people have different mindsets or whatever. So, what do you think about that?
Once a cheater is also always a cheater. I think once a cheater is always a cheater if they never learn from what they did or like mistake. If they never got themselves out of that headspace, like damn. Okay. So for example, so I was in a relationship in college and I cheated on her, right? But when she found out, I saw her, she was devastated, she was crying, like that really hurt me. So I was like, damn, what kind of human being am I? Like to hurt someone like this. So I had to really get myself out that headspace I didn't get myself out of the headspace until I looked back on the relationship.
Yeah.
But because at that time I was like, okay, like I didn't reflect on her crying until later on after a relationship, not at that point. So I keep having that image of her crying after, but at first it was just like, oh well, I messed up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do it again. But I was still in what y'all were saying, like looking around, like there was lust everywhere, because I wasn't in that headspace.
Yeah, you cared.
One,
You felt bad that you hurt her, but not to the point where you're gonna dwell on it and not fuck no other girls or whatever.
right. And then like I was a football player, which is even worse because I had all the attention from other girls at that time. And then so if my headspace wasn't like looking for lust and stuff like that, then I would probably look at it differently. But yeah, I've grown throughout these years, and just looking back on my experience. So yes, I cheated, but I think that's why I've been single for 5 years too, because I thought that way too. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Like I didn't want to break somebody's heart if I messed up again. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I can't like live like that, or I'll never find somebody. So that's when my head space like changed. Like, okay, if I'm going to find somebody, make sure she's compatible with me, she's the right person. I wrote down what type of girl I want, and then I'll just let God bring her to me. And then when that happens, I know just like, hey, this is my chick. I'm focusing on her, all my attention to her, my emotional side, physical, all that type of shit to her.
And you said it right. Like Imani said it too. Like the ego, man. I think the ego is the key to everything, because it's like, especially when you get treated like you're an athlete, things like that. So it's kind of the pressure. Like even girls expect you to jump on a chick when you like, oh, you're a celebrity, you're supposed to be getting it. So it's like that pressure of trying to, especially at 20-something in college, you trying to fit in. You're trying to find out who's right for you. Like just your friends, dating, and things like that. So it's like, you emotionally all over the place, trying to figure out your purpose and all the other stuff that it's like you can't always give your attention to just one woman, but I do agree that having a right woman, of the many things you could do, I do think that is better than having a bunch of other women, because I noticed when I sleep around or I cheat or whatever, oh, it was good. But then I'm sitting there like, all right, all that for what? Just to get that nuts? And I feel good. I'm like, man, I was wrong. But I'm like, I got to live with the decision now. I can't dwell on it. I can't dwell on it. I already cheated. Well, I'm not gonna fucking dwell on it. I just gotta deal with it.
Right.
You know, and I had to get out of this space too, where I'm like, that's why I ain't jumping into relationships and stuff, because I'm like, I'm jaded. I ain't in the mood to be trying to. I could be committed to a woman, but I'm usually dating women that like to emasculate me and try to compare me. I tend to always date women that like to compare me to other men, what they define as a real man. Because I have mannerisms that the average brother that they probably ain't used to. So it's like I'm always, well, the men I deal with this, the men I deal with like. So it's like that don't motivate me to want to be faithful to you. That not gonna motivate me. Even if I do like you, that's not gonna motivate me to want to fucking be loyal to you. Because then if I want to, then I'm gonna think about, oh, she entertaining other niggas. She's emasculating, make me feel like I'm not good enough for her. All right, girl, you want to hang out? What's up? My woman ain't buying who the fuck I am right now. She keeps trying to make me feel like I'm a piece of shit or I'm a chump because I'm sensitive in my feelings and shit like that. You know what? Fucking let's go out. Let's do some shit.
Well, then again, that's also still an ego thing, because obviously you can communicate. You can still communicate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's at the end of the day, communication is like definitely a big thing for relationships, but not a lot of people know how to communicate, because they don't want to know. They fear on the reaction on what they give to them. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's why some people might go out and cheat as well. But that shouldn't be an excuse if, you might as well just detach yourself from it. Even though when you're married and kids, that's a little bit hard, because you talk about it, and divorcing and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder than just, in a regular relationship.
Right.
And new pussy is fresh. It's like when you see the same woman, if you don't know how to program your mind, you stepping out, you seeing all these sexiness. It's like, it seems like the grass is greener on the other side, because you got a woman that's driving you crazy, you dealing with, she don't understand you. And then you got a fresh woman who's out on the street, you might be online or on the street, and then before you know it, it's like, well, shit. And it's like, but that comes with being secure and content and at peace with yourself. But a lot of men and women are not at peace. It's like, how can you love if you're not at peace?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't even love yourself enough.
Well, to kind of wrap or in that, I just got to give props to men who actually have changed their mindset, who have come to that place within themselves to be like, hey, I want to find someone I care about or I'm compatible with, and I'm going to, try to be faithful to this person. If I find something wrong, I'm going to communicate that and work together. So props to men who do that. And I think that's beautiful.
And it's hard to appreciate something until it's gone, because you got time to reflect on that, on how good that person was. So you're going to be like, damn, I want that old thing back, because you got a chance to reflect on things. Bitches hit me up now. I was just talking about this before you got on. I was talking about like chicks that was not giving me the energy. I was like, is she trying to throw the pussy at me? And this is like my pride wants to say no, because I'm like, you didn't want to fuck with me before, but that ego is like, well, shoot, I do want to see what she's about, because I've been wanting to get that. So it's like I be conflicted with that shit. And it's like, if I just had a woman who just appreciated who the fuck I was from jump, I wouldn't have to entertain this chick and that chick.
Right.
But it's hard.
Okay. Yeah. Communication is key. As you can tell,
finish it.
We're getting close to the end of time, which is why I'm making all these random.
No. I was gonna let Imani finish out and then let Juwan close out.
Yeah. Imani, you got anything you want to say?
No, no. I was just no.
That's great. Okay.
You got in like what? I was like, go ahead, say what you gotta say.
No, I was going to add a comment, but that was going to make it a whole nother 2-hour conversation. So I was like, I'm just going to say that.
Juwan, do you have any?
Text it to me. We can use it next time.
God, Jesus, dude. Okay.
He's trying to get to work. I know. Go ahead.
It's been a great conversation. Love having you on. Do you have any final parting words? Any advice you want to give us, or maybe just possibly a sneak peek at what we might see in the next episode of Temptation Island, if you can.
Yeah. Well, first, Dankeschön for having me. That's thank you in German.
Okay,
I was like, what the fuck did you say?
Thank you for having me on the podcast, Abe. Even on that side of the podcast, if we have talks like this again, let me know if y'all are into that. sneak peek for next week. I think.
You don't even know.
Yeah, I really don't know too much because I find out everything when y'all do. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna see more of my face. I was like the unlocked character last episode, so it's just like, oh, now we're starting to see this guy. You know what I'm saying? Who is this guy? Just look out. It should be more of me. Again, my Instagram is Juwan, JUWANDEHAYNES on Instagram, and then that will lead you to Twitter and other stuff. That it's just too much to say. But thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
My nigga, man. You don't know when you coming back to the States, huh?
Around August.
Okay, that's when the season over?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, my man, Juwan. Yo, I appreciate you, man. I said we was going to get you on. We was talking about it for the last couple months or so, and we made it happen. Glad to have you on, man. Shout out to Tough League, where I met this man, talented brother, athletes, good luck with everything out there. Show these motherfuckers how we do it out here in the States, represent, man. We'll chop it up more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks again, Juwan. Feel free.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What?
Get the fuck out of here. I'm kidding.
My bad. Please.
You gotta get this on.
Fucking Cairo, yo, is hilarious.
Yeah, bro. Like, he kept fucking.
The TV blowing Cairo.
You know what I can tell?
I mean, laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my god.
Juwan went like this to turn his head, and he like turned his phone. I was like, "Oh yeah, nah, we're done. We gotta go." Yeah, I have to literally go right now. I don't have anything to say about television, what's on TV, but that was a fantastic conversation.
Imani, what were you going to say though? I wanted to know. We're not getting into it. I just want to know.
Not getting into it, JT. Just save it for next time.
Honestly,
But I want to know what she said so I can write it down.
Listen. I went to bed late. I lost an hour of sleep because of daylight saving, and I do not remember what I was going to say.
She'll remember next time. We promise. Let's just sign off. Sign the fuck off.
I was looking at my phone when it said 2 and it hit 3. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
I was like, oh.
All right, y'all.
I was like, daylight savings? Look, thank y'all for tapping in. Cairo got to get going and stuff like that. Thank you. To follow us, tapin.podcast.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Thank you, Anchor, Spotify, Apple listeners, YouTube listeners. Shout out to Big Media Agency. Thank you for everything.
Yes.
Thank you for tapping in to our podcast.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Yeah.